Hey guys, welcome to part 3 of this playlist. In this video we're going to complete designing the login and register activity, and now we're going to design the account options fragment. So as you can see, this is the one that we're going to design. This one is actually simple, so let's do it. So first of all, make this parent layout a frame layout, and inside this frame layout we are going to have an image view for the background image, which is going to take match parent for both, and the source is background, blurry background, and you can see extra space at the top, so to cancel that we can use scale type and center crop. Then we want a constraint layout for the rest of the design. It's gonna take the whole screen, and here we can write our design. First of all, we need to design this, so let's do that. This is gonna be a text view, so text view, and just gonna take wrap content for both, and I'm gonna add an ID for this, which is TV app name, and then I'm gonna add a style, and this one is H3, margin from the top 120 dB, and we're gonna add a drawable from the start, so drawable start, which is line shape. We're also gonna add drawable padding, and this one is 6 dB. Text style is bold, and finally let's add the constraint. So start to the start with the parent, top the parent, and end to the end of the parent. And we forgot to add the text, which is Klein, and that's it. Can add this dot at the end. Now next we want to design these two text views. We already designed them in the introduction fragment, so we can copy them from there. So let me just open the introduction fragment. I'm gonna copy them, and we are gonna just change the constraints for them. So let's actually do that. I'm gonna delete them all, and the first constraint is top with the bottom of the TV app name. Then start to the start of the parent, end to the end of the parent. And for the margin, for the top margin, change it to 52 dB. And the last thing for this fragment is this button. So we can also copy this button from here. Let's copy it, paste it below. And now let's change the text to register. And we also gonna need to change the width and the height for this button. So here, just change this small to medium, and then let's create it. This one is gonna be 200 dB, and replace small in the height to medium, and create that. And this one is gonna be 55 dB, and we also need one more button for the logging. So copy this, paste it. And the style here is gonna be white button style. Delete this. And the top bottom constraint is with this button. So let me add an ID for this one, which is button register. And I'm gonna add account options. Then I'm gonna add the constraint with this one here. So button register account options, and remove the bottom to the bottom constraint. Then we can actually add a margin from the top, and let's make this margin, let's say 10 dB, and we change the text to login. Finally we can add an ID for this, so ID, and let's give it button login count options. Now this is our design. If you want to actually preview it, we can't, but a trick that you can use, you can copy all of the design, then you can go to your login and register activity, go to the XML code of this activity, and you can paste this design here, then you can launch the app. Let's actually preview that. Okay, this is how it looks like. It's quite good actually, but we can actually reduce the margin from the top, or we can reduce this margin, because the buttons actually look way too much to the bottom. So I'm gonna fix that real quick. Go to the fragment, and we can reduce this from 52 dB to 45 dB. Now let's copy it again and review. Okay, it kind of looks the same. It's not a problem actually. You can do better than this, but because of my tutorial, I don't wanna keep changing. So let's keep it that way. And if you want a better design than this, you can actually use guidelines with this fragment. I didn't use that because, again, I don't want to waste too much time on the design in this playlist. So you can do that actually on your own. You can write guidelines for this and make it more suitable and make it looks better for other device screens, because you can actually use the percentage of the screen with guidelines. So you can do that on your own. If you don't want to, then this design is okay. You can keep on it. Now let's actually move to the next fragment, which is the login fragment. And for that, let's open the login fragment and go to split. Let me close my emulator. And here, as you can see, this is the login fragment. And first of all, let's actually create our guidelines. We need 2 guidelines. So let's create them. Right click, add helpers, vertical guideline, and convert this to percentage and make this at 9%. Then create another one, but first let's actually change the name. So guideline login left, copy this, paste it, and this is gonna be on the right, and the percentage here is 91. We need to convert this first to frame layout, and then let's add an image view to take the background image. It's gonna take match parent, and match parent. The source is blurry image, blurry background, and we can add scale type, center crop, close this, and here we can add our constraint layout. Match parent, close this. Then let's actually move our guidelines inside here, and now we can write our design. So let me show you. We can get these 3 text views from the fragment options. So let's do that. Account option, this one, we can copy them and we can paste them above our guidelines. Then we can actually just change the constraints and the text. So let's do that. First, we need to cancel the end-to-end constraint and make the start to the start constraint with the left guideline. And we're gonna also change the margin top to 110. Then for this one, we are gonna also change the constraints, so there won't be a constraint from the end. So let's delete that and start to the start of the left guideline. And we also gonna change the margin top to 15. Text here, we're gonna change it to let's log in. And now click on the third text. First of all, let's actually change the constraints. So start to the start of the left guideline. We're gonna delete the end to end, and then we're gonna change the text to don't have an account question mark register now. And the next step is to add our edit text. So we have 2 edit texts. Let's add them. So edit text, the width is 0 dB and the height we can get from daemon. Edit text height, and let's create that. This is gonna be 60 dB. Now let's add the constraints. Start to the start of the left guideline, end to the end the right guideline. Right, this one, top to the bottom of our this one. Actually, let's change the name here. We forgot to change the IDs, so let's do that. So for this one, instead of right address for shopping, let's log in. We're gonna change it in here as well. And for this one, instead of TV quality, don't have an account. And let's get back to our edit text. So top to the bottom of this one, which is TV, don't have an account. And we're gonna add a style here, style edit text. Then we're gonna add a hint, which is email. We're also gonna specify the input type, which is email. text, email address, and finally we're gonna add a margin from the top, and that margin is 50 dB. Close this. You can now copy it, paste it below, and we're gonna edit some stuff here. The first thing is from the top to the bottom with this one, so let's add an ID here. ed email login. So let's put it here, ed email login, and the input type is password, text password, and let's add an ID, ed password login, and for the top margin I'm gonna change it to 15, and we're gonna change also the hint to password. Next, we want to add this forgot password text view. So we can select this, copy it, get back down here, paste it, and here let's actually change the attributes. First of all, the ID. The ID here is forgot password login. The text is forgot password. The text color is black. And finally the constraint top to the bottom of this edit text, which is ed password. Then we want to actually add this button. Again, we can copy it from the previous one. We can copy this blue button. So let's do that. And we can paste it here. Now let's change the constraints. So top to the bottom of this text view, which is TV forgot password, start to the start of the left guideline, and to the end of the left guideline, to the right guideline, sorry. And now delete this constraint. Then change the text to login. We can actually add the width. We can change it to 0 dB, so it will take the whole space. And finally, we can add a margin from the top. So margin top, and this margin is 15 dB. And the last thing is let's actually change the ID for this. So button login, login inside our login, so login. And finally for the design is the Facebook option and Google option. So let's do that. So let's start with the Facebook option. Create image view here, wrap content, margin top 13 dB. The constraints start to the start of the left guideline, top to the bottom of this button. Then let's actually add the source, which is Facebook, and we're gonna also add an ID, Facebook login. Now we need a text view. Now we need a text view for the Facebook word that shows here. So this is gonna take wrap content, text is Facebook. Now let's add the constraints. Start to the start, Facebook login, top to the top, Facebook login, bottom to the bottom, Facebook login, end to the end, Facebook login. And that's it. Now let's copy both of them, paste them below for the Google option, and we're gonna change this to Google and delete start constraint and make it end to the end of the right guideline. And you're also gonna change the source here to Google, and for the text view change this to Google, and we're gonna also change the constraints according to this image. So change it like that, and that's it. Now let's actually preview it. So copy all of this, go back to the activity logging and paste them here and launch your app. Let's see actually. Okay, now that's how it looks like because my device language is in Arabic. If you want to cancel the right to left behavior, you can do that from your manifest. You can cancel it by typing false. Now if I launch the device, I will get the English result even if my device is in Arabic language. Now for the last fragment, we use the register fragment. Well, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna leave it for you as a little practice for you. So do that on your own. just the same as before. You're gonna add a guideline on here, and then make your parent layout a frame layout, add that background image view, then add the constraint layout and start designing the rest of the UI elements. So that was all for this video. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet. And you can also follow me on my Instagram page. The link is in the description. And thank you so much for watching. Catch you in the next video.